Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you how I made these delicious Calabasitas Rellenas de queso, which is just squash filled with cheese and topped with some delicious sauce. So let's get started. Here in this pot, what I did was I brought some water to a boil, and I'm going to be adding in 4 calabasitas, which is 4 squash. And I'm going to just cover this and let this cook on medium for about 15 to 20 minutes. You just want to check it and make sure that they are softened. In another pot, I heated up some water, brought that to a boil. I'm going to be adding in tomatoes. Now I'm adding in 3 tomatoes. If you have jalapeños, go ahead and add that too. I already had jalapeños cooked, so I didn't add it. I'm going to add it here though. So in here, this little blender, I'm going to be adding the tomatoes once they are done. I'm going to be adding 2 of the jalapeños and a piece of onion, a piece of a garlic, and some oregano. This is about a teaspoon. I did not add any water. Once blended, I'm just going to set that aside. Now, checking on the calabasitas, they have softened, and the way that you know is you can just poke a knife through it. If it goes right through it, then they are softened. So remove these and you can cool down slightly or cool them down completely, whatever you wish. And once they are cooled down, I'm going to cut off the end, not both ends, just the top end. And then with just a butter knife, I'm going to be taking out the inside of it. And I am going to not throw that away because we are going to blend that in with our tomato blend that we just made. And just like that. And here's my last one. So once I was done taking all that out, I'm going to add it to the blender and just blend that up with that other sauce. And once that's done, I'm going to be adding in some Queso Fresco. You could add whatever cheese that you like. We just happen to like the Queso Fresco. And pushing that down there, making sure that everything gets some cheese. And once I was done with that, I'm just going to roll these in some flour and just set them aside. And once I was done with that, I'm going to be separating my eggs. So just keeping the white, the egg white, and you can just reserve the yolk. I'm going to be using about 5 eggs here. And this is basically the same process as when you're making chile rellenos. So if you know how to do that, then this is how you make it. So I'm going to whip this up until it forms a soft peak. once it's at this point, I do like to add in at least one yolk. And I do add in a little bit of flour. And just continue to whip this up until we reach that soft heat. Once that's done, now what I did, on the stove I have my pan with oil. I heated that up, and then I'm going to dip these and then just add them to the pan. Like I said, this is basically just like making a chile relleno. Now what I was doing is trying to make sure that everything was covered with that egg mixture. And these were a little tough to flip over. And no, they don't have to look perfect. Mine kind of looked a little jacked up. But nonetheless, they're going to be delicious. And it doesn't matter because the sauce is going to go right on top. So once those have browned, I'm just going to remove them. And I'm going to be using this same pan, but I'm going to, of course, I'm going to clean it out. Now, using the same pan, I'm going to add some oil. And once the oil gets hot, I'm going to be adding in that tomato mixture, that sauce, and I'm gonna just cook it. I'm just gonna like simmer it for about 5 minutes. Doesn't take long. And here I'm just adding some salt. Once that has cooked for about 5 minutes, I'm going to be adding in the calabasitas. And then I'm just going to leave it there for about another 5 minutes. And what I'm going to do is just spoon some of that stuff and just add it to the top. And these are done. Simple as that. I hope that you liked this video. I hope that you liked this recipe. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Leave a nice comment. And I hope you enjoy. We will see you next time. Bye. And by the way, I did serve it with some delicious rice. And I'm just going to show you right here what it looks like. All that cheese. Yummy.